boys are back in the house. Jeff Saturday, CC, Chris Kingston. You know what? These brothers will sit up there and just got a mind, a C or a D in the head. You know what I'm saying? Even before it happened. But they're not going to do this today. Last time they gave me an A, they couldn't help themselves. They're going to do it again today. We're going to go to the top 5 biggest disappointments from this NFL season. Let's go top 5 of listeners. Give me right here, right now. Bam! I'm putting these brothers right here, right now. You got Aaron Rodgers. You spent over $160 to $175 million on your defense.
Yep.
Okay, you gave T.J. Watt a boatload of money. Where did it get you? It got you in the same position you were in last year, okay, and pretty much since 2016. Home after the first playoff game without a single playoff victory. Aaron Rodgers was in there. You had Warren in the backfield. You had DK Metcalf. You let go of Pickens. You let him go to Dallas.
Yep.
The personnel that you brought, you let go of Minka Fitzpatrick. You brought Jalen Ramsey there. You made a lot of changes, but it didn't amount to anything. I got to say, Steelers, top 5, disappointing in the season. No doubt about it. They ain't top 4, though. Give it to me right now. Bam!
Oh.
Right there.
Ooh.
The Kansas City Chiefs. How can we ignore this?
Yep.
It's not about you losing and not winning a Super Bowl. It's about you not making the playoffs.
Yep.
It's about not one, but 2 teams coming ahead of you in the AFC West. It's about the Las Vegas Raiders being the only team in the AFC West that was worse than you, with a team that was quarterbacked by Patrick Mahomes, that had Travis Kelce. Still had a decent season, by the way. You had Rashee Rice, got suspended for the first 6 games. He was out. Xavier Worthy and Travis Kelce run into each other in week 1 in Brazil, and he couldn't recover for weeks. I mean, there's one problem after another, after another. We expected that you might not win the Super Bowl after that ass kicking you suffered at the hands of the Philadelphia Eagles last year in the Super Bowl. What we didn't expect is that you wouldn't even make the playoffs. We didn't expect that. Very disappointing season for a team quarterbacked by Patrick Mahomes and run by Andy Reid. They just ain't top 3, though. Give it to me right now, please. Bam! The Detroit Lions. How many times, Dan Campbell, are you going to go for it on 4th down and come up short? By the way, you lost both coordinators. We understand that. That put more pressure on you to get things done. Not only were you not satisfied with the offensive play caller, you ultimately took over offensive play calling duties and didn't do that well. You didn't make the playoffs when we were talking about this might be your last shot at really going for a Super Bowl. You got Gibbs and Montgomery in the backfield. You got Jameson Williams and Amon-Ra St. Brown at the Super Bowl. You got Gibbs and Montgomery in the backfield. You got Jameson Williams and Amon-Ra St. Brown at your wideout spot. You got Jared Goff as your quarterback. I mean, damn. And you still don't win. You had Hutchinson come back from his injury, and you still don't even make the playoffs. This is blasphemy. Blasphemy. No doubt about it. They got to be top 3. They just ain't top 2. Give it to me. Bam! You see it right there.
Oh.
It's the Philadelphia Eagles.
Wow.
Yeah, you made the playoffs, but you didn't win a game. You know why you didn't win a game? Because the same problems that were being complained about the first month of the season, you never fixed. The reigning defending Super Bowl champions, same wide receivers, same running back in Saquon Barkley, an offensive line that went a period without Lane Johnson. We got that, but still a decent enough offensive line, still a decent tight end, and an elite defense in the National Football League. Not Houston, but they certainly was right up there with the rest of the league. You had no excuse to be home this early, but you never fixed your problems. And that is an indictment against the Philadelphia Eagles that they will live with this entire offseason, except for Petula, because he'll be gone, because they're going to bring in another new offensive coordinator. Ain't no doubt about that. They just ain't number 1 on this. Give it to me right here for the fellas, please.
No.
There's the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson, King Henry, John Harbaugh. You start off the season 1-5, or you started off the season 1-5. And on top of it all, you were up and down throughout the season. You got your coach getting booed. You got people calling for a quarterback change. You got a quarterback in Lamar Jackson, I apologize, that really, really lost his way and didn't seem to be vibing with his coach anymore. And why do we learn? We're hearing this since John Harbaugh was dismissed, that he went and talked to John Harbaugh about some of the changes that needed to be made. The teammates asked him to do so. And John Harbaugh just shrugged them off and said, I've been around a while. I know what I'm doing. You didn't listen to your superstar. All of this stuff came tumbling down because we didn't see what we were expecting to see with the Baltimore Ravens. I got the Ravens, the Eagles, the Lions, the Chiefs, and the Steelers as my top 5 disappointments in the National Football League.
Man, you were on your way to an A+ to that #1 team in the Baltimore Ravens. Because I thought it was going to be another AFC North team in the Cincinnati Bengals.
That's what I thought.
The 3rd straight year outside looking into the postseason with Joe Burrow as your quarterback and Zach Taylor, of all the coaches in the AFC North, might be the lone survivor after this season.
Exactly.
That is absolute insanity. Stephen A., I love the Detroit Lions pick. They got swept by both the Minnesota Vikings and the Green Bay Packers.
Yep.
That was my pick to go to the Super Bowl out of the NFC. They belong there. I like the Chiefs. I like the Steelers. I like the Eagles. You were on your way to a perfect list, a perfect score from your boys, and you got the wrong team. Come on, Stephen A.
Nah.
I will address that in a second.
I'm gonna say this. I actually like the list, but I'm with you. I would take the Eagles out. I would put them at 6, and I would have put the Bengals at 2. I do agree. I think the Ravens are worse. It turned out to be worse than the Bengals. Listen, you got Lamar Jackson, a 2-time MVP. You got a defense. You got everybody coming. We all discussed this as being one of the top 5 rosters in the NFL. To not make the playoffs and to lose the way they did to this Steelers team, I would not. I was.
But at least they had a chance, Jeff. They had a chance in Week 18. The Bengals had no shot.
And one more team, too. What about the Vikings? They let Sam Darnold go. They let Sam Darnold go to Seattle.
We didn't believe because J.J. McCarthy was a question mark from the time the season started. That's why.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the Vikings finished ahead of the Lions, too, in their division, by the way.
That's fair. No Cowboys.
No, please. We really walked the season and had no expectations, no defense. We got that part. But let me say this to y'all. Let me try to change y'all mind on this Bengals thing as opposed to the Ravens.
Okay.
Stay with me.
All right.
We walked into this season knowing that their defense was horrible. We knew they were going to be able to put up points with Burrow, with Jamar Chase, with T. Higgins, but he also got hurt, and he was out for 3 months. I'm just saying, he was out for 3 months now. Joe Burrow was out for 3 months.
Lamar Jackson was out for a month.
No. Well, it ain't 3 months. It ain't 3 months.
Yeah.
You out 3 months,
agree.
and on top of it all, you didn't have a great defense, and on top of it all, we got so many questions about Zach Taylor. So the combination of the 3 is why the disappointment ain't that great, because compared to the Ravens, we didn't have the same expectations for the Bengals at all.
Well, here's the thing, and why I can't let the Bengals off the hook.
I'm not telling you to. I'm just saying the Ravens.
No. But here's why my expectations were the way they are. We keep talking about how great a quarterback Joe Burrow was, and this was the roster that he wanted. We know the defense was terrible, but Joe Burrow wanted them to keep paying offensive players.
I agree.
They did.
Yeah,
I agree.
He was banged up.
So it was a massive.
He would have belonged on this list if he hadn't gotten injured.
Yeah.
If he hadn't gotten injured, they would have been number 1.
Yeah.
But he was out for 3 months.
Yeah.
That's the reason.
Came back with much margin to make the playoffs.
I think my list is that he don't want to admit I changed his mind, but he know. It's an A.
I do think the Bengals should be on this list.
Come on.
The Bengals got to be somewhere on the list.
I think the Eagles are too high. I think the Bengals got to be on. I think the Eagles. I mean, listen,
y'all just being hard-headed.
Nah.
Joe Burrow is gone for 3 months.
3 months? Coming up on first take, the Texans advance. But are we convinced that C.J.